up, everybody? Welcome to the Geek Collective podcast, where we talk about all things geek, all things nerd, and a little bit of our lives sprinkled in between. Today, we're joined by Carter, Paul, and Dalton. Today, we're going to be talking about what got us into gaming and a little bit of how our gaming careers, if you call them careers, some of us got gaming careers. But yeah, let's start with Carter. What console did you start with?
Console,
because I'm pretty sure we all started with consoles.
Super Nintendo.
Did you say Super Nintendo?
I did. I messed up. Leave me alone.
Nintendo.
I'm nervous.
Nintendo.
Super Nintendo with the Super Mario World.
What'd you start off with, Paul?
Ooh. I started off with Nintendo 64.
Nintendo 64. Dalton?
First console.
So are we talking about handhelds or consoles? Is that would you call that handheld a console or?
I think
How about
it's got to connect
console,
to the
console.
TV.
Okay, if it connects to the TV,
let's go console.
The one that I can visually remember starting off on was the PlayStation 2.
PS2? Dang.
That's it.
I got NES. For me, it was the NES. The Nintendo system.
Okay, who had the first Game Boy or the Game Boy Color?
I still have the Game Boy Color.
Dude, I still got the see-through purple. The
see-through purple.
I have the yellow one.
I had a Game Boy
Those are the
Color for a
classics.
little bit. I was a destructive child.
Oh,
Oh no.
I had a couple Game Boy Advance. One of them got ran over at one point. I'm pretty sure.
The Advance, those are the ones with like it was like that. It had like a screen in the middle with like toggles.
Yeah.
Was that
Game
the
Boy
Advance or
SP?
no?
SP, I think, right?
SP is the flip. It's like the flip.
Yeah, the SP is the
The
flip.
SP was the square.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was the
that
Game Boy.
flips.
So they were
Oh,
both
Game Boy
Advance.
Advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were both
The
labeled
Game Boy Advance SP.
which is funny because me and Carter, we went to the National Video Game Museum today
In Frisco.
Great experience. And I remember seeing the wall. So there's this wall with all the consoles from the very beginning to the new consoles. And you said that they're both advanced, and you're right. They're both advanced because they were both categorized as advanced.
Because the long one was the original Advance, and then they came out with the flip, which became the SP because it's supposed to be special. Blah, blah, blah.
They
Special
also had
something.
the one. It was like a Game Boy Color, but it was a Game Boy Advance. It was like just a smaller, more compact. It wasn't a flip. I forget what it was called. I saw it at Game Over once, and it blew my mind.
It was on the wall. It was on the wall.
It was on the wall. Did it look like a phone?
Because
Is
on
that the
the
one that
wall
looks like a phone?
it had a little the control for the wall. There was a little TV, and it was a Super Nintendo or a Nintendo controller, and you can like touch the D-pad, and you could look at everything that was on the wall. And then I was like trying to figure out which ones I had, and then I was like, this Game Boy, no, wrong Game Boy, this Game Boy. So there were two of them. So yes, there was that compact Game Boy, other than the Game Boy Color. So it came before the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
History. Anybody have a DS?
DS? Everybody.
I did, and then I traded.
Oh, you're
Everybody
gonna
got
pull it out. You're gonna pull it out.
Oh,
He got the Guitar Hero Edition.
he got Guitar Hero Edition.
Yo,
Guitar
Hero on the freaking DS was hard.
Where's the keys, bro? Where's
Dude,
the keys?
That was impossible to play.
You be happy that I even kept up with that one, homie. There's no telling where that Game Boy that one went.
I remember from the DS. I remember the DS chat. Like you connect to DS chatting with somebody wirelessly.
That
just
was
random
fun.
person. You just connect with somebody random.
Fun.
Christian knows that because when we were in junior high, that was we hung out with the weird gamer kids, and
we had the corner.
That was every morning. Every morning you're in the corner playing video games. We're all linked up playing Mario Kart, racing each other.
Dude, Mario Kart. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yo,
that was great.
Side question: did y'all have iPod touches?
I did.
iPod Touches.
Okay,
Yes.
do you remember a
So
game?
that was actually at the museum.
Oh yeah,
You saw the
Yeah.
iPod Touch? I didn't
That's
see
fair.
it.
Bro, I still
So
got mine,
where
but I
you
don't
were
want to move.
playing, what game were you playing? You sat down to play. I think it was Pac-Man and that weird one that you tried to do. So
Yeah.
on the right in that section where there was all the Nintendo stuff, at the very bottom it said iPod Touch, and I like passed it. And I was like, wait a minute. Doot, doot, doot. I was like, oh, iPod Touch, is it here?
iPod Touch. That was a good one.
Carter,
I never
do you
had the
remember a
iPod Touch,
game?
but I remember having the CD player back in junior high.
Remember trying to put a CD player in your pocket jacket
Fuck that. Oh,
and have like trying to listen to shit,
you be
bro?
walking and it skips.
It skips, bro.
And it said right there on the machine, no skip free, and you're just
Yeah.
like,
Skip free. That's a fucking
Blind
lie.
ass.
is
It's
this
a fucking
is
lie.
this CD having a remix right now? Like and you're like, what?
No, but Carter, do you remember a game called Fun Run or
Yeah.
Furry Run?
Fun.
It was
Fun Run.
the Jungle Run.
Jungle
Or
Run.
it was one where like it was like you were
Jungle
furry
Rush.
pets and you could throw like you could
What?
kill the people in the race. It was a racing one.
It was a racing one.
Okay, yes, I remember.
And you could like
that
throw
one.
like a saw and cut someone in half.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes.
Oh
remember that
yeah,
one.
yeah. It's
I
like
wanna do
worms.
a
It's like
furry
worms.
run,
It was like worms.
dude. And then you had a Temple Run.
Temple
Yeah,
Run. That's
Temple
what it was,
Run.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Nah, you know
dude.
what the OG gaming is? OG gaming for us?
What?
Or on
Fruit
PC?
Ninja?
OG on PC gaming. Guess what it is? Well, there's two.
Counter Strike?
Mini Clip, Cool Math, and then Facebook games.
Cool Math.
Which one? What y'all got? What y'all got?
Shit, dude.
For PC gaming,
PC gaming.
it was Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego,
Ooh.
Oregon Trail, and Teen Titans on CartoonNetwork.com.
Yo,
Yo,
people forgot about that. Cartoon Network they had the best
OG
online-
Cartoon Network
Oh,
games
the
were rare.
best
Teen
games,
Titans, when
dude.
you were fighting, it was basically Mortal Kombat before Teen Titans.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on Cartoon Network games.
How you feel about the
Ben
Disney
10.
games? The Disney Stitch stacking the sandwich game.
Ooh,
Bro,
Yeah.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody trying to get through the dang
Lilo and
hotel.
Stitch game, dude. Classic.
the Smash. It's like the Smash style, but cartoon. There was a Cartoon Network game that it was like Smash style, and you play Teen Titans versus Ben 10 and all these other characters. That was great.
So every show had a game, multiple games in their category. So
All
Ed, Ed and
Flash.
Eddie,
All
Powerpuff
Flash.
Girls, Ben 10, all Flash. God, like bless
Now Flash
Adobe.
doesn't exist.
May Flash rest in peace. Moment of silence for Flash.
No, actually, I'm happy it's gone because I was tired of updating my Adobe Flash.
Uh,
Yeah, that
we
was,
got tired of it, but without that, we
without
wouldn't have
it.
the childhood
Adobe
that we had.
Flash updates are as bad as freaking Call of Duty updates.
Oh my god.
Honestly.
Well,
Because
It's about the same. It's about the
It was either
same.
too frequent or it took too long, and like you would leave the computer and you're like, it's gonna update. You spend a whole day out, and then when you come back, it's still 2%, and you're like, excuse me, I left you running.
I think you just had the worst experience, Carter.
I did.
Cause like that's some bullshit.
Another game for PC, Putt Putt Saves the Zoo.
I don't know that one. No.
Putt Putt the
Saves the
car, saving
about-
the zoo, man.
What was it
No.
on?
yeah.
Putt Save the
I-
Zoo.
It's a purple car. I think it was a purple car, right?
Yeah, the car with the face.
Yeah, the car
I'm
with
trying-
the face. He had a pet dog.
Yeah, you were right around him.
What?
He came
I'm
around
trying
the
to
same
think. Hold
time as
on.
Pajama Sam. Pajama Sam was my shit, homie.
Oh, bro, I remember
even
Pajama
down-
Sam.
Oh,
I even downloaded it again on
Oh,
Steam
okay.
to replay
I see.
it.
I see. I looked it up right now. Yeah, it's Putt Save the Zoo. It's a purple car with a dog.
Putt Putt Saves the Zoo, bro. The
Putt
penguin
Saves the
game
Zoo.
was my game, dude.
okay. The
Um,
Penguin game.
Nah,
The
mini
Penguin
clip, and Cool Math games. I forget the names, but it's one of them is a stick figure platform game that runs. It's like a running stick
Oh, yeah.
figure. And then
multiple parts.
yeah, Balloon Tower Defense.
That was the one with the monkeys, right?
Yeah, we still
The monkeys.
I have it
Balloon Tower
downloaded I have it in my Steam.
Oh, that's a good game. That's a good game. And what's another one? There was a penguin one too in Cool Math.
In fact, when we did a podcast like a year ago,
Yeah,
I was playing it while we were doing the podcast.
Damn.
The skeleton remains of what was the Geek Collective before the Geek Collective got resurrected.
I still have the podcast.
I forgot about that
Discord server. I have the original Discord server still up.
I do too.
Okay, let's go next to the next topic. What is your life-changing gaming experience, or what video game made you or turned you into the gamer you are now?
Tony Hawk Pro Skater
Tony Hawk
2, actually. Let's be specific.
Jet Set Radio Future.
Jet Set Fusion. I never heard of that one.
Never.
What is that? PlayStation?
Xbox.
Xbox.
It was one of the very first exclusives when the Xbox dropped.
All right, Dalton.
It was a roller skating game.
So
okay.
So mine was skateboarding, yours was roller skating. All right.
But don't get me wrong, I love Tony Hawk games.
A little backstory in this. My
story time.
What really got me into gaming is the Xbox 360. And my parents were having a date night, I guess, so they dropped me off in the neighbor's house. Keep in mind, my neighbor's like 40, but he had an Xbox 360, and he played Gears of War.
Ooh,
I never played Gears of War, so I sat there and watched for the longest time until he handed me the controller. And the carnage that I saw on that, and the
man is scarred. He's a gamer because he's scarred for life.
Okay, I'll be honest. That's very interesting. That's really sweet. But I'm really concerned that your parents left you with a 40-year-old. Just because he had an Xbox.
But he had the headset and the keyboard at the bottom of the controller.
Oh, that's what 360 was on.
Back then, that was
he had money.
But seeing the finishers
on his controller.
Seeing the finishers, Gears of War changed my life, got me into gaming. 100%.
Damn. What got me really into gaming was PlayStation 2, Ratchet and Clank, the Naughty Dog games. I think the trio.
That's a good one.
Which one changed you?
PlayStation 2, and it was I think it's Naughty Dog. They're all by Naughty Dog, or I call them the trio. Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, and I don't remember if the third one's by Naughty Dog. Sly Cooper, the trio.
Ooh,
Sly Cooper. They're the trio. They're the PlayStation trio for Naughty Dog.
Yo,
if I'm not
out
wrong.
of the three, which one changed your life?
Ooh. It's because they're so similar, especially Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. They're so similar, and I love both of them. But I would say I'm more hooked. I'm hooked on Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank was the game that started my gaming career.
Good choice.
Yo, as we're talking about these old games, does anybody remember going to Blockbuster to rent games for the weekend?
No, I just rented movies from over there.
I remember.
Well, I didn't rent them because I was a child, but my parents rented them.
I only rented games from Blockbuster for the Nintendo 64. Once I got into Xbox and 360 and that, I was going to Movie Trading Company to rent from them. Because I feel like they had a better collection. Like more choices and stuff.
I never went there.
That's definitely the store I go to. If I ever want to like go back to retro and I'm missing a piece, Movie Trading Company. That's the first place I'm going to.
It's
other
the
than
last
retro
place
gaming.
standing. It's the last place standing, yo.
So I had a Blockbuster down the road. So every weekend, my family they go get a movie, and I'm like, hey, can I get a game? Can I get a game?
Yeah, I remember that. Can I get a game?
The grind of playing a game for only 2 days Like you're trying to beat the game in 2 days.
2 days. That was speed running. We were speed running before we knew what speed running was.
Dude, that's the birth of speedrunners. Honestly,
that was the birth of
ranking video
speedrunners.
game.
How many games did you actually like finish?
Zero.
None.
Okay.
Zero.
Nah.
Bro,
How many did
that
you
was-
get to halfway?
Probably all
Shit,
of them.
I don't know.
Okay.
that would honestly
I remember-
piss me off. Returning a game that I never got to pass would just haunt me forever.
Did y'all ever play? Because we all played PS2, right?
Yes.
That's the
Somewhat.
only one that I can remember. The demo. I'm pretty sure everybody has played the demo of that came. It wasn't Need for Speed. It had a racing game, Killzone. I think you know what? I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about.
You're talking about the in some
The
of the Game
demo
Informers
disc.
back in the day. They came with a demo disc that had like 6 games that were supposed to come out in the year. Dude,
Beautiful.
I loved it but hated it at the same time because
Yeah.
you were like, I'm sucked in now, and then I just finished it, and you're like,
Yeah, you didn't fit. You end up finishing the demo, and you're like, I need more.
Basically, that's
More
blue balls in a disc. You know what I
blue
mean?
balls in a disc.
Yeah. I kept those discs, homie. I had them in like
Dude,
binders and would just replay them.
Yeah.
the games themselves would have demos within the game you bought. Other games
Ratchet
within
and
a game,
Clank.
which was insane to
I
think
think
about at the time.
it's either Ratchet and Clank Going Commando or Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. One of those two. If you hit, I think, all 4 bumpers and triangle, you go into Sly Cooper demo. I think Sly Cooper 3 or 2.
Sly Cooper did hit different.
Sly Cooper is
Did,
like,
I that holds a special place in my heart. I can visualize it right now, like one of the levels. It's like I have remnants of it. Can't fully
Yeah.
piece it together, but I can see enough to be nostalgic about it.
yeah. So I feel like we're after the podcast. We're just gonna let's go retro tonight. Let's just play some retro games.
What do you mean? We've been playing Fortnite. It's retro.
Damn.
Hella retro.
Oh no. Okay. So when we were at the museum, Christian came up to me. He goes, "You know that anything that's older than 10 years old is considered retro, right?" And then as I'm looking at the wall, I'm seeing a PS4, a PS3. I'm like, "Really? You calling me retro?" I was like, "The PS4 did not come out 10 years ago." He goes, "Oh."
Anything after 10 years.
It was right next to the wall. The PS4
If
and
it
then
came
the
near-
Xbox One was right next to the wall of retroness. So I was just
One
like,
drop.
no way. I was
So
like,
from
oh,
release,
shoot.
from release 10 years back, that means it's retro.
Yo,
Yo, it is.
y'all want to feel
PS4,
old?
Xbox One came out 2013, dude.
20 no.
Yo,
PS2 came out 2000. PS2 came out 2000.
I didn't say PS2. I
Really?
said PlayStation 4.
You
Yeah,
said
the
PS2.
PlayStation 4 is not retro yet, but they
Yo.
already
It's
have
getting
it.
there.
but
They already have it in
Yeah,
the box just in
he said
case.
10 years.
you want to
He
you
said-
want to
He said 10 years. He said 10 years. The PS4 and Xbox One, that gen dropped in 2013. It's been 10 years, homie.
No.
No.
It's
Just-
not 10
just
years
about.
until this year is over.
y'all.
It'll be
Dude,
y'all-
10
we're-
years once this year is over. Shut up.
20,
you want to
24.
feel old?
I
Ooh,
don't
let's feel old. Let's feel
No,
old.
no, no. You want to feel old?
Already feel old.
How long has the Switch been out?
The Switch has been
2018?
out.
It was
Or,
there. It was there. It was there.
Exactly 6 years.
Oh my god, it's still a baby.
Oh my god.
26.
But,
But-
still,
but-
six
but-
console years.
But in my mind, I remember this like coming out like 2 years ago, homie.
Yo.
In the
That's
pandemic.
because
During
the
the
pandemic was
pandemic.
about like 2 years ago,
Mhm.
and that's all everybody
No,
was trying to
you
buy.
know what? They knew. They knew. Nintendo knew. It was all
You know
planned. They released it when COVID hit.
But
They bought-
obviously,
They're like, all our kids are still home. We can't send them to school. What the fuck do we do? Get them fucking Switches.
Damn. The Wii came out in 2006.
yep, it was on the
Yeah.
wall. The Wii was
Look
on
up,
the wall of retro.
So the Wii. Okay, look up 360 and PlayStation to
Oh,
PlayStation 3.
360.
PlayStation
'Cause I think that's
3
06
release.
or 07.
Xbox
Yeah,
360 release.
PS3 released I'm looking for it. March
2005.
23, 2007.
So which one's 2005?
That's the Xbox.
And then PlayStation 3?
2007.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
These are
I
old.
feel
We're
old,
old.
bro.
We old.
Well, I mean, when I was working at GameStop, the worst thing is that people would come in and be like, "Hey, do you guys have PS3 controllers?" And I'd have to be like, "Well, unfortunately, that's a part of the retro because I hate calling it that." But now
retro
that we went to
community.
the freaking museum and they're just like, "Yeah, so if it's older than 10 years, it's considered retro." I was like, "Oh my god, it really is retro."
We are.
But as we talk about these games, can we talk about the fact that back then it felt like gaming was like amazing. Like the games that came out, like what happened to the games?
Yeah, the
Like,
games that came out back then, they were great story.
They were finished.
They were
True.
finished. Yes.
That's what it is.
They were finished.
The
Before
games now
online.
don't feel good. The games now, like some of them do, but like most of them don't feel good because we know that the product that we're paying for is an unfinished product.
Yeah,
Because
but we're
they're going
paying
to
for
give us DLCs and all this stuff that they're going to make us pay extra for when we used to be able to go into a Blockbuster, go into a GameStop, go into a Walmart and just freaking buy a game and it would be there. You would put it
That's
in,
it.
you would put the disc in, download it, boom.
Destiny.
I blame
No.
Call of Duty.
I blame Destiny, man.
No.
Well, you remember when Call of
Call of
Duty,
Duty.
you had to buy the DLC packs for the new maps.
Yeah.
$10.
True.
Which was it. You know, get the DLC
I
pack.
wish it was $10, bro. It
No,
was $15.
I think the game that started the whole like the DLC hate and the whole like added shit was one of the Elder Scrolls when they were charging like $10 for a horse skin DLC.
A horse
And that's
skin.
when the rage. I didn't play the game, but I looked back and that was the first moment where the fans and gamers hated this shit. It was the first we ever saw of it, and we never went back. It's been doing this shit ever since. And then the worst I could think about in our generation is when Destiny came out, when they released the game that wasn't even finished yet, and they hid the rest of the game within DLC within the disc itself. So you would have to pay $20 to unlock it. It's already on the disc, but they hid it. When they did that, they lost me, bro. They lost me. I was like, fuck this game. I'm never playing it again. They came out with Destiny 2. I was like, fuck that. I still haven't forgiven them since.
I remember, I'm pretty sure it's on my Instagram when Destiny came out. Kristian, and Kevin met up at the mall to get it.
Destiny.
And I had a picture of it like buckled in the seatbelt.
Yeah.
We were hyped. Remember how hyped we were?
Because
honestly, I was like, yo, it was going to be the next Halo.
Yeah, because fucking, what was it?
Bungie.
343 Industries bought Bungie or bought Halo. 343 bought Halo from Bungie, and Bungie needed to recover from the Halo loss. So they brought in Destiny.
I don't think 343 bought Halo. Bungie gave it to them. They let them buy it from them so they could go on to Activision to build, obviously, Destiny.
And the fact that they have remnants of Halo supposedly in Destiny.
I mean, of course.
Most games are like that, though. Like most games that are from like developers moving on, they always have like a little Easter egg that's just like, hey, remember, we made this game, so you have to love this game. And then everybody's like, we don't love this game at all, but you still love us, right? Because we did make that one game that y'all.
We made your childhood.
Bro, Bungie walks around with like the badge. You're like, yo, we did that.
We did that. That's my child. That's my child.
And listen, going back to when we say what was the life-defining game, I've said Jet Set Radio, but honestly, it fights with Halo, the first ever Halo I played. That game changed FPSs.
My first Halo. So wait, what was your first Halo? My first Halo was Halo.
First.
The first Halo.
My first Halo was literally the one that just came out.
Oh God.
My good lord.
I never
My
played
first Halo was I think it was
saw other
Halo
people
3.
play Halo.
Yeah, Halo
And
3.
I think I maybe played like the original one like once.
Halo
Like,
3 was my
Halo
first
wasn't
Halo.
Halo wasn't really my
Halo
thing.
3 was your first Halo?
Halo 3 was my
Did you-
first Halo.
Did you ever play 2?
No, because
2 hits different.
2 hits
Oh,
different.
Badass.
But Halo
God,
3,
dude.
so Halo 3, when my backstory for how I played Halo, being Halo 3 my first game, or my first Halo game played, was because my dad went to signed up for something for the military to help the military. So they took him to Afghanistan, and he stayed in Afghan for about a year, helping in the base for about a year. And he brought back, I think halfway through the contract that he brought back the Xbox 360. That's when we started playing Xbox. That's how my gaming. I also remember how I even got back into gaming through Xbox 360.
Yeah, because that's when online play started.
Mm-hmm. Xbox 360. I think Xbox was the
Xbox Live
The
was the
beginning.
first Xbox.
Yeah.
The
Xbox
OG
was the first.
Xbox.
They started
Xbox-
multiplayer.
Yeah, Xbox was the one that started multiplayer.
Okay,
On
so you're
console.
saying so Christian, you're saying that the Xbox 360 was like the first, like the console that brought you back into gaming.
Yeah.
But what is the first console you ever bought yourself, your own money? Because mine
Oh,
was
my
the PlayStation 3.
Woo!
PlayStation 3, I bought that baby all by myself. I was like,
Wow.
I bought that during the hype of Black Ops 2. So what was the first console you bought with your own
Xbox
bread and
One.
butter?
The Xbox One.
Xbox what?
I can relate
Xbox
with you on that.
But
was my
okay,
first ever console I bought too.
see, okay, so when I was living with my brother and in our parents' house,
I feel like Dalton's about to say none because he's thinking too hard over here.
no, so we had the original Xbox 360, which if you wanted to connect to the internet was either wired or you had to buy this little
A
adapter,
little adapter.
that with two
Mine was
antennas in the back.
Bro, what? Mine is just a
Mine
little
actually
USB.
clipped.
Dude,
Yeah, mine
Mine is a
was
little baby USB
Oh,
that barely.
it was
Mine
a
was-
great antenna.
Yeah,
and
the
you put it in
antenna,
back.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are,
that was that clipped on.
dude,
It
that
had
goes
even
back.
so that was the
My-
original. That was the one that our dad got us. Then as
got
we
the
grew
Slim.
up, I wanted to play my own games. Kevin wanted to play his own games. What are the chances that I go to an arcade, which was round one? Round one was freshly open. I played that stacking game, the cube stacking game that goes back and forth.
Mhm.
And this was back when I had with one of my old exes. I had to tell her to stay because I won the Xbox 360, but I think it's called the Elite or Lite. That
It
one
was
came-
the black version with the built-in
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
built-in
connection.
Wi-Fi. That's the one that I won. So technically, I didn't buy it.
I mean,
Maybe I
technically
did.
you
Technically, yeah, I did. But
You
I
spent
won it
money.
from
You
there.
spent money for it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I didn't spend a whole $300 on it.
Yeah.
Spent like $20 on it.
So
That's
And
a
then
real
that's how I
question.
got-
How?
Congratulations, you only spent $20 on a freaking console.
And
Real
then
question.
later
How much
on,
was the OG 360? That's a real question. Damn.
OG
I think it was
360.
I
like
mean,
3 or 4.
the PlayStation 3 was about 400
That sounds about right.
after tax.
$399 for a 360 PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
It was $299.
The
Okay.
360 was $299.
Yeah, in 2005.
The arcade.
Okay, how
version,
much was the
probably.
PlayStation then? Because
Because remember how they came out with different versions? It was the arcade 360, the regular 360, and then the elite 360.
how
Well,
much?
that was just like the release.
how
release
much
price?
Just the release.
Yeah.
Because I
The
had
release-
okay, my
Good God.
PlayStation 3 was the slim version.
Holy! The introductory price was for the 20 gig model was $500.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Sony over here
That's a
raping
lot.
people.
Microsoft was
for
like,
the
"Yo,
60
give us
gig,
money
it's
to give us
6.
some more. We'll get y'all some better stuff later, but we need y'all
Wait,
some
for
money."
what?
We need
For the
now
60 gigabyte model, it was $600.
isn't the PlayStation when it came out, wasn't it
60
700?
gigabytes.
Huh?
PlayStation, the new PlayStation 5, isn't that like
The
Yeah, it's like
PlayStation
7?
5 is
7,
no, the
800.
PlayStation 5. It is about $600.
But when
700
it came,
taxes?
It's
Okay.
I think when it
600 after
dropped,
tax because it's only 5 something.
well, how
So
much
God
was it when
damn.
it dropped? It was
Same
like 7,
amount.
800.
The same
It,
No, I
amount.
think
it
it was more.
the only reason why it was that much is because you had to buy
Scalpers.
it as a bundle.
Oh, it was a bundle.
Yeah,
So-
Yeah.
so you had to buy it with another controller and like games. That's how they were selling it, at least in GameStop. That's why it was at a $100 price or like whatever the price was. Is because you had to buy it with all those stuff to make sure
What
that you weren't a scalper, because scalpers were buying them in bulk and then selling them on the internet for $1,200 when it wasn't even worth that much.
Right.
About
But-
it's about to
Horrible.
next console, next generation consoles. I bet they're gonna be $1,000.
And when they then when the PlayStation 6 comes out, then I'll play on the PS5. All
Oh,
right.
good lord! At
So-
what point? That at what point?
Retro Carter.
my
Retro Carter.
it sounds bad because I lived in, I wouldn't call us a fortunate family. We were middle class, but I never had to buy a console. So I have two answers technically. So either my PC, and if we're not counting that, it'd be a Nintendo 64 that I bought a year ago.
Nintendo 64.
For
Yeah.
how much did you pay for
Yeah.
a 64 right now?
Bro, it's
About
still
100.
stupid expensive. It's $100.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll spend $100 on a Nintendo 64.
But it's because
Hell
it's
yeah.
because it's classic.
But
It's a classic console.
there's no telling that it's original though.
No telling.
Oh, there's no-
Most of these are
Oh.
aftermarket builds.
Yeah.
It does the same thing, but
Yo,
Yeah.
I still got my original. I got my original 64. I got my original Xbox, original 360, Xbox One.
We can build our own retro museum. Let's
Xbox,
go.
yeah.
I thought you were about to say let's build our own console. You just take all the consoles and just mix.
Put them together.
There are PCs. There are PCs that actually have the Xbox, Switch, and the PlayStation all in one PC case.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
I'm like, how you
That's too
even
much.
It's so you can switch. It's not.
instant
I think
switch
it's a
to another
PC,
console?
or it may just be running just the consoles itself.
It's just running. I think it runs all the consoles, but they're all separate. It's just that you can see
Yeah,
the
yeah,
internals.
that's-
That's what it is.
That's I just couldn't tell. I don't know if it was actually a PC as well, or if it was just the designated consoles.
Technically, you can build your own console. Look at this. Go online. Look at the specs for a Xbox or a PlayStation, and then go out and buy the fucking parts
No.
as a computer. And there you go.
I mean, you need the software,
Hey,
the licensing.
Well, I mean, as
rights and shit. Like you need
No.
the rights, homie, because
no. I'm saying as in
hard.
because you can find what graphics card the new Xbox has. The new Xbox, you can find what the graphics card is. Done. Find a motherboard. Done. Slap a i7. Done.
Well, not entirely. It would have to be a motherboard from an Xbox because it has the software on it.
Well, I'm not talking about the software. I'm not talking about the software. I'm talking about like you're just basically building.
So you're just building a PC.
Build a PC with Xbox or PlayStation specs.
But at the same time, you're using specs that are probably lesser than an actual PC build. Because
Yeah.
as amazing as new gen consoles are, they will never compare to a PC that you can easily swap all the the things that you have in there to make it better.
Just wait. Give it time.
Give it time.
Give it time.
Yeah, when the PlayStation 6 comes
Give it
out,
time.
you can change all
Listen.
that shit.
Hey, yo,
When
Carter.
with
Guys.
the
I
No.
know.
Still
we
got
talked
your
about this
card.
earlier.
I literally just saw it.
I just saw it. You
I-
saw it.
I
literally
know.
just saw it, bro.
I know. I see.
Buddy.
I know we were fucking with this, right? But did y'all fuck with this?
Oh, God.
Oh.
When
Oh.
was the last
Hey.
time you cleaned out your
Paul.
wallet, Paul?
I keep this in my wallet, homie. This is how I prove I'm over 18.
Hey, yo.
Okay, so 1,000%,
He's trying to be
1,000%
clever.
in Bedford, the same store that was a Blockbuster, once Blockbuster went out of business, it became a Hollywood Video.
Oof.
And then when that went out of business, I think now it's like a freaking
Paul, what
barbecue
you need
place.
to do.
But I was like, what the?
What you need
Okay,
to do
so
with those two.
funny
What you need to do with those two. Go
Put 'em
Sell
to
them
the
on the black
dollar
market,
store
bro.
or something and just
Make it
put
a
them
Laminate
shadow
'em?
box it.
No, don't laminate
Shadow
them. You can
box
just
it.
put
Oh,
them,
put them in a frame.
put them in a frame. Yeah.
Honestly,
Nah.
that's not a
Yeah,
bad
put
idea.
it one
What
on
you
top of
need
the
to
other like
do-
that and then just frame it.
What you need to do is you need to travel to the last Blockbuster. There's one
In
left.
Oregon. In
One
Oregon.
left. Yeah, you need to travel there and be like, I got my membership card right here, homie.
They'll probably give you like, get whatever you want off the show. They're like, you got full
You
membership.
can have it. You
can have
Shit,
it.
You work here. Here's
You
a
work here
shirt.
now.
You work here now. But no, so at the last Hollywood Video close by, when they shut down, because remember how they had like drop-off boxes, right?
Yeah.
I don't
Hollywood
know.
Video
I never
had-
got Hollywood Video. Never saw
Okay,
Hollywood, Video.
Video, like say there's a store, but on the outside, in the middle of the parking lot, they had a drop-off box, right? So you could just drop it off outside of the store. So once they're out of business, it's been a decade. I'm talking a decade later. That box was a staple. It was there for years, chilling. And every time I would drive past it, it felt good just to see it that it's still there. I want to say about 2 years ago, it's gone. They finally got rid of it. I was like, motherfuckers.
Did you ever
was my
check to see
childhood.
if it had something in it?
Oh, it probably did. I never
Ooh.
wanted to open it.
You imagine?
You can't open it. It was like let's say like
It's like the
yeah.
a box. Like let's say it was a round.
Yeah,
It had like
Yeah,
it
it's
was
like
like a
the-
mailbox.
It had like a chute, and you just drop things in there. There's no
yeah,
way
it's
to
like
look
the
inside
it's
of
like
it.
the donation
Oh.
like the
Yeah.
clothing donation things that they
Like
have
a,
in
like a U.S. Postal Service box.
Yeah, so
you know,
it was
it's
like
like
a
that.
mailbox.
So
Right.
there's no way to look inside of it. I would
Wrong.
think people. Well, yeah, there's a way to look inside of it, but I wouldn't want to do it.
I would
And I
have done.
don't want to. I don't really want to look inside of it either, because people are dumb and people are very
I've seen
rude
videos of people
to-
getting
to
stuck.
historical sites. That was a historical site in my
It's a monument. It's a monument.
Okay, you know how you're driving in Texas and you see historical marker and they show
That's
you
a historical
Yeah,
marker.
and
That
then,
was
and
a
then it tells you
historical
it's in a
marker.
mile, and then when you look in the mile, it's not in the direction that it said it was because it's a little bit further out, or you already passed it.
That's
Bro,
Because
that's
that
a good way
happens
to.
to me all the time. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna stop at the
know what?
historical marker, and then I was just like 1 mile. I pulled over
Dude.
to where it was supposed to be. Yeah, it was on the other side of the damn road. I was like, you could have at least said that.
Dude, that's a good way to dupe people, like touristers. Put a fake marker sign going this way, let's say like 5 miles, and you jump them, and you take their car.
why you gotta be like that?
Not where I thought this was
Just-
going. I
that
thought you
is
were gonna have a
dark.
little donation jar.
Bro, that-
saying,
like,
donate
I'm
to
not
keep
gonna
it
lie,
alive.
It's devious. It's devious as hell, but
Devious.
I can see someone doing it. I can see
That's
someone like making
devious.
a fake historical marker.
Alright.
I
sign.
mean,
All
I'm
right.
sure they
All
do
right.
that in Europe, but
One last question. One
Note
last
to self,
question.
never stop at historical markers just in case. That
One last question on this topic.
You see me, I'm like Carter. Oh, I'm
What
not gonna- I
do
won't
y'all
do it.
remember? Do y'all remember? Like, because we talked about it, we didn't go over it. Game Informers.
oh,
Game
Oh,
Informers.
cheat
Don't
codes
talk
in
about.
the back.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
dude.
Oh,
What do you mean?
Dude.
oh, but those are
What
the
do you
new
mean?
ones. Those are newer ones.
It's
Nah,
still Game Informer, bro.
I
Nah.
got
I still got Game
2,000.
Informer.
I got 2,000 Game Informers.
I got
Oh,
too
you think you're-
many.
You think you're cool, kid?
I got 2,000.
Bro, he pulling out the
Game
antiques.
You pulling out the antiques?
Yo,
Bro,
so
he
Alright,
I
hold
hold
a
on,
have
I
Black
got
this.
Master card. You don't think he got the fucking Game Informers?
Hold up.
Oh,
This is gonna-
everybody
I got-
scattered. Let's go get it.
I got.
I gotta go to my
explain
parents' house
something.
for that one.
Hold up.
Bro,
I
the
look-
cheat codes in the back. That's how I got my my
Ooh.
GTA code.
Ooh, that collection right there.
One.
That's a
This ain't even done, dude.
ooh.
I can't see this camera right now. Holy shit.
We're gonna do trading cards with Game Informers. We're just gonna everybody come over.
Yeah,
We're gonna
what was
trade
this
Game
one, though?
Informers.
Y'all need newer ones. I got them.
I've never seen these before.
Yeah,
you remember
that's a
y'all?
different style. Yeah, I've had a couple of. I have a
Gamer.
couple of. It's
Game
Game
Informer.
Informer. It's GMR.
I've
Game Informer.
I've never seen them like this ever again.
Bro,
I
who
have
knows?
that
You
one.
could be worth some
I
money.
have that one.
So you got
Yeah.
Fallout,
Probably are worth
I got
money.
Oh, yeah.
Fallout. Nice,
Dead
nice.
or Alive series. God,
Hey,
dude.
look, it says Fable. That's Megan's favorite game.
I got a couple of
Game
these.
Pros.
I don't think I got Game Pro. I don't have a Game Pro.
Remember when Killzone was destined to be the Halo killer? Never
Yeah.
happened.
Killzone was good.
God.
It was all
Oh,
right.
speaking of Halo,
Halo
Ooh.
Reach?
Speaking of Halo, bro, Mad Max game. Shit.
see, those are newer
These
ones.
are newer ones. I'm gonna get to the old ones. Hold up,
We got Paul. We got a podcast.
Hey.
bro. Fuck that. It's LA Noir. But yeah,
All right.
I still collect all this shit.
Game
I'm never gonna get
Informers.
rid of it.
I remember the draw. I remember because I was young and I was in my drawing phase, my art phase. Like I tried like probably 3 times to get into the drawing section of Game Informers. That was hard.
Yeah, I know they usually did like 2 really like
2
I wouldn't
really
say
good
bad.
ones.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're bad because it was like kids drawn in.
Yeah.
But you'd have like the bad ones and then 2 good ones, and you're like the good ones. You're like, what the hell? Is that...
Bro.
But yeah, the
Oh.
Game Informers were awesome. I never read them.
No,
90%
we all
of the time.
looked at the
just flip through the pictures.
The cheat codes.
Yeah.
The cheat codes in the back.
cheat
cheat codes in the bag. Ooh, Game Shark books. Game
Back
Shark
around
books.
2017, I'd only grab the Game Informer to go all the way to the back where it told you the ratings of all the games, so that
Yeah.
I can know is it worth buying it or not. So I'd be like, oh, that one's like a 6. Never mind, I don't want it no more.
I don't even look at.
I just looked
Medicaid
at.
no more.
I remember
Credit-
looking at them
credits?
like, this looks like a cool game. I'm gonna try to find that one. This one looks like a cool game. I'm gonna try to find that one. Just by the images, just nothing by like what it said or what about it.
Well,
It
that's
was
how
just the pictures.
that's how I
To me-
found GTFO.
Yeah,
Get the
Through
fuck out with.
Game Informer.
Yeah, through Game Informer.
Bro,
It was like a
still-
pre-release.
Do y'all
What?
remember when Borderlands came out? I had the Game Informer of what Borderlands was supposed to look
Borderlands.
like before they changed their whole game
I
to
think I
look
got that
more
one.
animation, like anime style, like more cartoony. It was
Mhm.
supposed to be a real life world looking game. It was supposed to be some real life shit. But they
think I
scrapped
saw-
it. But I still got the fucking Game Informer of it. I'm like, yo, this is crazy how what could have been of
Where the
Borderlands.
money?
All right, now we're gonna get
Money.
we're gonna get a little bit more deep in this conversation. The next question is, how do you think, or how do families and friends feel about the nerd and geek lifestyle, like with all gaming and anime
my
and all that
friends-
stuff?
My friends, they like it. Most of my friends are all nerdy or geeky. I don't really think I've ever associated that much with anybody that's like uber serious that just doesn't do anything.
Doesn't know
gamer or, like,
anything.
pop
nerd,
culture
yeah.
all that. But like family, I got they're stragglers, you know. Like some family is like well into it, just like I am, and then there's some that are just like, oh yeah, I remember playing on that. And then there's some that are just like, what are games? And I'm like,
What are
where have you been?
What are games? What is anime? Who ain't no
What a
weeb?
burger.
What a weeb? What a
Eh.
waifu?
But like,
What a burger.
luckily, I've associated with friends who have the same similar. like,
Yeah, we're part of the weird
niches.
group. We're part of that. The outcasts.
I was never an outcast. I was just an
Shit.
unpopular person that was friends with everyone.
That's the
And
outcast.
everybody knew. No,
I was-
outcast is nobody knew who the heck you is, man.
I called them the flagpolders.
What about
It
you,
was
Paul?
a term for. I was supported. My mom and dad bought me my first Xbox. They bought me, obviously they gifted me these consoles and they supported me. So my brother and sister, I played the Nintendo 64 while he was playing the first PlayStation. because it was more advanced. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
more. They had more violent
advanced.
games on the PlayStation than obviously Nintendo. So anything I was playing, he was playing too. Once we both got the Xbox and 360s happened, so he kept up. My sister never got past Nintendo. She never got past playing Mario. She passed the fuck out of Mario, but she never did anything else. And then my mom and my sister would anything that I have an Xbox, bro. They still call it Nintendo.
Uh,
I think
parents, what they
that's
call it,
most parents,
Nintendo.
bro.
You know?
Nintendo. That's a Nintendo.
Yeah. It's Nintendo, and you know what? I'm not even mad about that because you know what, dude. My mom would take me to pawn shops growing up to get the cheapest games because she knew that made me happy. So
Ooh.
video games was a really big,
We should
really
make a
big time
day.
in my life.
We should make a day where we should just go to Trader Village, just game hunting,
Yo,
retro
I want to go there
hunters,
next. I want
retro
to go there
hunting.
next weekend. I talked to Alejandro. We want to go next weekend if you want to go.
I think we're busy next weekend. I think
I'm
next
gonna go. I'm
weekend.
gonna try.
Yeah, well, next weekend we got I think a baby shower, right? But
Baby shower?
Yeah.
for
Not
now.
next
So-
weekend, but the next.
okay, then yeah, maybe.
Yeah, mostly all my
Uh,
friends, like y'all, we all associate with some sort of something that's nerdy or geeky, but I don't really call it that. I just call it stuff that we like hobbies, video games, cartoons,
how was it in high
animes, all
school?
that
How
stuff.
was high
High
school,
school?
junior high, that kind of where you?
It was tough because you had your certain crowds. You had skaters, you had jocks. It was there, but luckily in my high school where I went to Bowie, so that means we were all sort of connected. Different cliques, but we all fucked with each other. So we were all kind of gamers in a way. You had your people that played Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Then you had your handheld gamers like Game Boy DSs and shit. The PSPs were still around, so people were playing everything. So
You don't.
no real disconnect.
I mean, you remember.
I know your story. I know your story.
You know part of my story. You know my junior high days. So 7th grade, I was definitely an outcast. In 8th grade, it got a little bit better. We were the weird kids and whatnot. My high school was, like Carter said, the unpopular kid, but everybody knew.
Yeah.
I knew everybody and would converse with everybody. But I mean, I never really had.
You were kind of like the.
I would say that I did conceal it a little bit more.
Yeah, you were the. What? There's a name for it. I forget what it was called. What they were called. Where you guys were called the.
The Warriors?
No, the concealed nerds. The nerds that didn't show it.
Secret gamers,
ninjas.
No, they were and not just gamers. It's just like anime and everything. The ones that knew about anime and all that stuff, but then in person they didn't show it.
We had to hide it
back
then because it wasn't popular, and now it is. But as for my family for gaming has been extremely supportive. I mean, every console that came out was, I would usually play it, and then all I can remember is playing video games in the past.
Yeah.
Never really had any problems with any support. Now, my friends, y'all are here, so obviously we all share the same interests. So I'd be a little worried if you didn't support me in my gaming.
I don't support you at all.
You know what? Nobody cares about you. But
nah. What happened?
You have to say it out loud.
You're just here. Listen, I'm just paying. I'm paying y'all. Just go along with it, all right? I don't.
You're getting paid.
I don't have any friends.
Homie. We're just here for
Mm.
the stardom. We're using you, dog.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
It's. I would say that some of the newer friends, maybe my wife Jess, some of her newer friends are kind of. They don't quite understand it, but they try to be supportive about it.
Yeah.
And of course, my wife is extremely supportive of it. I mean,
yeah.
When I met her, the only video game she's played is PlayStation 2.
And I remember that. She wasn't very.
Yeah, if she wasn't into anime or anything like that, or any nerdy stuff other than like
She
know,
was.
you're-
We
He
converted
was
her.
a Disney nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Disney nerd. So, but once we met and started dating and eventually got married, at this point, she's very supportive on anything that I do.
She was so supportive. She is so supportive of the nerds that y'all naming your daughter
After anime.
after an anime character. Like that is pinnacle of how she started, of not knowing much or almost nothing of anime and video games and stuff, to the point of we eventually brought her into Fortnite.
I know, that's
Like
what I was
she-
gonna say. I was like, she went
like, we
from
brought her
playing
into
Tetris where the
Fortnite.
man just went oosh.
Tetris.
now.
No, Tetris and what's the other games that she plays?
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
Like she
from
just
that
played those 2 games to
to
now
Fortnite.
being pretty freaking good at Fortnite.
That's called
By
leveling
herself.
up, dog.
She's
That's
just-
Yeah,
called
we-
leveling.
Upgrade,
Upgrades, people,
upgrade.
upgrades.
Upgrade.
Yo, the key is finding support where you can.
Yeah.
1,000%, dude.
My girlfriend bought me the newest Xbox, man. Like, she's supportive as fuck.
Yeah.
And then she bought her own Xbox so she could play The Sims.
Hell yeah.
Oh, does that mean she gonna be joining us soon? She guys join us
Maybe.
Are you gonna be playing The Sims?
soon? No,
She-
but you
she-
gotta
I
be
don't think
joining
she-
us on
Gooba dabba
Discord.
gabba.
She's not
Who
into
we got the other?
FPS. Gabagoo.
If you got a good guy.
What about you, Christian?
Oh, that's a story. That's a question. My family, they were supportive, of course, because I think if you're a gamer from very young, families always support you when you're playing video games. Of course, there's the times where it's like, quit playing video games and go play outside, which I did. I'm mad that I never thought of the go play outside, turn the TV facing the window, and play video games from outside. That would have been hilarious.
That's just
but
doing too much, to be honest.
that's doing too much, but it's me. It's me. I would have done it. Yeah, my parents were supportive, and as I was growing up, I slowly got further into anime. I remember when I didn't know what anime was, and I found out about anime during junior high, and it was Rave manga. If you don't know what Rave is, it's a good anime. It's also created by the same creator of what's it called? Fairy Tale. They connect the art styles and everything. If you know
I know what you're talking about, homie.
Rave,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
The swords and whatnot.
Yeah, the swords and Rave, yeah, the same creator. Even so if you know Fairy Tale, one of the keys that Lucy uses is called Plu or something like that.
Yeah.
He's also there in the Rave. It's 2 different worlds, 2 different
Rave.
stories.
It's called
Ra-
Rave Master.
Rave Master, yeah. That's what I
Rave
started
Master.
reading it. I'm like, this is dope.
Oh,
And it
you
was
got
a
into manga first.
I got into manga first. That's how it introduced me. Then I found out what it was called, and it was like a Japanese comic book. I'm like, oh, manga, or whatever, however people say it.
Mango.
It's manga or
Mango.
manga or manga.
Mango.
Whatever you feel like, homie.
No judging
Whatever
here.
you feel.
It's subjective. It's
comfortable.
art, dog.
Whatever.
And it was
You
all
wanna-
it was
you
all
wanna know
junior
what the
high.
first manga I read? It was
What?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh.
It was the Yu-Gi-Oh. It was the Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh
manga.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all gonna hate me, but I've never read a manga in my life.
Have you picked one up?
Yo,
Yes, I picked the book up. I've gone to Barnes and Noble and went to the manga section to look at these books. I've never
Just like sat
Finished
down and
one.
read.
Sat down and
one.
read.
I never sitting down to read a whole one.
I only got 2 mangas.
because I'm over here like I'm going from end to the beginning. This is weird.
We're left
The
to
first time
from,
reading a manga, you know what I mean? You gotta go. You
from
go
right
from
to
the back
left.
end. You have
From
to
right
read
to
back,
left.
right to left, right? So it was a pretty cool culture shock to go through that by myself.
No, they have an app for that.
Honestly, y'all remember like the early YouTube days when you would see like anime edits to like Linkin Park songs of like Dragon Ball Z fights? That's how I got into it. I was like, yo, like, damn. That's how I got into like Linkin Park and more anime. Seeing this shit.
Yeah. No, and for me, when I went through all that, the manga and all that stuff during junior high, because I remember going to the library and all that stuff. And as I became more friends with Dalton, that's when we started getting back into like hardcore gaming. Because I remember he would come over to my place. We'd play a couple of video games. And then once we started paying for Xbox Live, because that's when we started gaming together a lot more. Now, so side note. How many of us used Xbox Live like monthly? Like every time you bought a new game, it would come with a monthly code.
No, it came with a week. You get a
week free. There were some that were 12 months. That was a month.
Bro, there were some that was just 2 days.
I would save it for the time that my monthly thing would run up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I need to get online now. So I use the code. I think you gave me one at one time.
Yeah, we gave, yeah. Oh, no, they were like money, dude. We were like, oh, how many you need? I got you.
So when I was living with my parents and I had bought James's 360, I hardwired it and I had run out of Xbox Live. Bro, it still let me play Black Ops 2 online with my friends when it was hardwired. Even when the internet was out. When when my dad had missed a payment on the freaking internet.
How would you play?
I know that was the thing.
Oh my god.
You froze.
You literally froze. You're like
that was so you were like
okay, so it was 1 month my dad forgot to pay the internet or was behind. We didn't have internet, but the game was hardwired to the console. So I was like, I wonder if it'll work. And then it's just Black Ops 2 is on. I'm like, I can play with my friends. And my friends are like, yo, I thought you said you couldn't get online because you didn't have internet.
Me neither.
I was like, bro, I don't know what's going on. I think I hacked the system.
I know what
I'm
you
a
did,
hacker.
Carter.
I remember
I know
playing.
what you did, Carter.
What did I do?
Yeah.
You put you sprinkled war chest sauce on that shit, bruh. Yeah.
If you can convince, here's another one. If you can convince anybody, who would it be to get into gaming?
My wife to get into gaming a little bit more.
Yeah.
My girlfriend.
My
my girlfriend does play video games. But she's more of a story-based person, so she'll play all the Final Fantasy. One time she sat down and tried to explain to me the plot of Final Fantasy X, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And she goes, yeah, and she'll replay the Lego Harry Potter game. She'll be like, I want to 100% it, I want to get all the things, and I was like, okay. And then the next time I come in, she's already at 80%. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I walk out of the room. I come back in. She's at the very beginning again. I was like, what happened to 100%? She goes, I just like the story. I was like, you've seen the movies. You've read the books. You've played this game 1,000 times. Just finish it. Get all the stuff. Get all the trophies. That way you have at least one platinum.
In other words, who would you ruin it? That's basically what the question is. Who would you ruin their life?
So at one time, my
with gaming.
stepdad tried his hardest to get to bond with me by playing video games, and I was rooting him on. Honestly, dude, we played a game called Syndicate.
Ooh,
dude, and he wasn't good, but he was not bad. And
he was beginner.
He was a beginner. He'd never played video games before. and he got his own Xbox 360. We were like 2 screens next to each other playing.
System Lincoln, dude. Oh, I still love those days.
Bro, I would have paid money for my stepdad to be like a hardcore gamer right now. Of course, it would ruin his life. It ruins
honestly. That's a good point. I would, if I could, I would have loved to see my parents become gamers late in life to see if they'd like it, and just so they could have their own thing, like another hobby to do, because life gets boring.
Yeah.
It's boring,
and you can't be going out all the time to make it interesting. I think gaming is like another way of staying in and escaping reality, but not just escaping reality. You could just game instead of having to go out and spend money on like a lot of money on something.
Spend it on the game instead.
It's
like
you got the game already.
Why go to the club
not if
with
it comes
friends?
with DLCs.
Yo, why go to the club with your friends when you can go to the club in GTA? To the club there with your friends.
Yeah,
like when we're on Discord playing games together, that's not just me playing a video game. That's me playing with my friends. Like we're hanging out. We're not there physically, but we're there
emotionally.
Emotionally. We're attached
with the shit talking thing. Just imagine getting our the people that we want to get into gaming. Just it's like join our Discord. Just like the shit talk. They're gonna be like,
bro, my stepdad just started shit talking me.
Yo, I can imagine that, dude.
Get red, noob.
Yo,
I think that because all my friends, everybody that I know in friendship is a gamer and nerd, so I don't know who except for I think my dad would be the best option for me because, and it wouldn't be mostly gaming, it was mostly be anime because he's not much into gaming, but I remember when he would sit sometimes and chill and watch Teen Titans with me when I was younger. He would enjoy watching it. He would enjoy watching a couple cartoons and everything. And I'm like, just get my dad to watch anime. As long as it's a good anime. I'm not gonna sit.
Bro, don't ruin him, bro, because he's gonna transition from Teen Titans to High School DxD quick as fuck.
Bro, I'm not. Yeah, that's for sure. I'm not gonna watch anime with my dad, and then a weird anime shows up.
Like
some lewd shit comes up.
Lock the door. Lock the door, Dad. I'm gonna put on something.
No, my mom walks in. It's like, okay, so this is the part. This is some weird ass lewd anime. Like, just close the door, Mom. Close the door, Mom.
With a pointer, like pointing out. So, Dad, this is the part.
This is the part. Just explaining to him. Like, so
are you trying
part.
to explain anatomy to your father who's already been alive for a while that he should already know?
I'm explaining the plot, bro. It's the plot.
Like, Dad, all these women want to fuck this main character, but he's like 14, right? And they can't do it yet.
And then one of them is actually his sister. It's just
Are we on SAO right now?
And then I can see JJ like taking notes, like,
So this is the trash you watch. Got it.
So,
and then that's when my dad would be judging me hardcore. I'm like, what do you watch?
As I asked this question,
all right,
explain it. Like we're talking about who we would get into this. Have you ever been surprised by somebody who has actually played video games that you did not know? Like my father, I didn't find out until I was like 17 that my father played Metal Gear Solid all the way through. I couldn't even do that.
Yo, that's actually surprising. That's actually surprising.
He was solid snaking through this whole entire thing.
Yeah,
that game was.
That's impressive.
Yo.
I could never even get past a person before they got the
Mantis. Like, who the hell thought to unplug it from Unit 1 to put it to 2? Like, the fuck, dude. I never got past that.
I don't think I got anybody.
One time. Like, my parents have all dabbled in, like, the Super Nintendo because it was at the house. But
Yeah.
one time, me and my parents went to a movie theater, and like one of the arcade machines was Pac-Man. Bro, I never in my days would have imagined my dad, while we're waiting to be able to walk into that movie, goes over there. He's like, "I'm gonna play," and he's just like, I'm like, "Bro, are you?"
You
Like
seen the
he got
meme?
to like
You got
Hey.
he
the
got to
strap.
at he
No,
got to
no,
at
no.
least like the third level, and I
You
was just
seen
like,
the
never would have
meme where the
expected my
dude is
father.
like kung fuing the gear shifts like
Oh. But no, like my dad was like straight up
That's what
like
he-
getting through the levels, and I was like, never in my days would I've ever seen like, cause my dad bought me my PS2 because he wanted to play the baseball game, and then he just like tried to play it once, never picked it up ever again, and then just like to see him go to that arcade machine, play freaking Pac-Man like it was nothing. I was like, who are you and what have you done with my father? Like,
He's from
and
the
Yeah.
80s, yo, homie.
well, I know, but like it's like you never expect to see your parents in their zone.
yeah.
Like put
I
them in a
would love
machine
that
that they
moment.
understand. And like
Yeah.
me and Christian got to like re-experience that at the museum, like their actual old games. And I played the Pac-Man game, and I was like,
What-
if my dad were here, he could beat the high score. I know
we
it.
got hit with realization of like, wow, this culture that we're in, because gaming it's a culture, and I got hit with it like, this is an impressive culture to be part of, because it shows not just how advanced technology has been throughout like in history, but how gaming has actually advanced from the beginning of gaming to where we are now. Like, you got to be impressed on how we got from 2D platforming. What they're not called LCD screens, because the LCD screen is what we have now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Game Boy, no color, from that to
Dude.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the new
In like
2022.
4D and every color in the spectrum, yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean-
you're like, it's a culture, and we have to. It opens your eyes. If you go to that museum, it'll open your eyes to like, damn.
I mean, homie, we went from Pog from 1975
Mm-hmm.
to
Oh, that was at
Indiana
the museum
Jones.
too. You got to play it.
From Pog to The Rock killing Indiana Jones and Fork Knife.
Yeah, you're right.
So think about that from 1970s, or like mid 1970s to now. In
It's-
50 to 60 years of growth. I could only imagine when video games hit 100 years of being in
I
this
mean,
like
the goal is Ready Player One, right?
Yeah.
The
full
goal
dive.
is ready,
it?
full dive.
Like that's the goal, is to get to a point where you're at Ready Player One level where you can go in and just be whoever you want.
Nah, that's your goal. My goal, SAO.
SAO.
Well, I
Full
mean,
scenario.
yeah,
Full
that's
scenario.
straight up.
Full scenario
Population
SAO.
Full scenario
Population
SAO.
control,
I don't
homie.
ever want
Like-
to come out that bitch.
Honestly, dude. Honestly.
Good
Ready Player
lord.
One's cool and all, but I'm with Dalton on this one. I would love some SAO, dude. That would
Okay.
That would be
Full
so
SAO.
bad.
SAO. I love.
Okay, like.
But because I'm a shooter
realistically-
fan, I go with
Okay, but
GGO.
like
Sorry.
realistically,
wasn't good, but a GGO
Ready
was
Player One,
dope.
suicidally, SAO.
Suicide.
Yes, that's
Right.
GTO?
I mean,
GGO. Go
No.
get
We all-
online.
Oh, nah.
I was like, huh?
Nah.
GGO.
It's the
Go
same
get
thing.
online. It's the
SAO
same
is
thing.
still,
But,
it's the same thing. It's
Yeah.
just
Yo.
To explain to the people, because I know not everybody that's watching are SAO fans or have seen the show. It is an anime about somebody going into a video game via their brain. So they're like,
It's
in
like
the
a VR.
actual game. It's like a VR, but you don't move. You're
Yeah.
laying in a bed, and they get trapped in the game. You have to beat the game.
To survive. Because if not, you
survive.
die in real life.
And if you
Yeah.
die in the game, yeah, you die in real life.
But
Bro, that reminds
and
me
then
of
they were
the
like
movie
stuck
Stay
in,
Alive.
and then yeah, that is a good movie.
That's an
And
amazing
if
movie.
if you, I think they stayed in there for like 2 years.
I think
Bro,
it was like 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
But
And then
a
Gun
side
Gale,
note-
it's supposed to be the upgraded version where like you're still gonna be able to log off, Except for the fact that there's a dude that goes around killing them in the game, and then somehow they actually die in real life.
Yeah.
It's just with
But
guns instead of swords.
back
Except for
back to
Kirito,
the
who had
back
swords.
to the question that Dalton asked about like who were you surprised to see that was like in their zone in gaming. It's a random. I got one. It was a random person though. It was at work. It's a crew chief. I worked late. The crew chief was saying he's in his 50s. He says, "Yeah." He was talking like, "Yeah, I'm ranked plat in fucking Siege, and me and my son go hard in it." And I'm like,
Oh,
what?
damn. Oh, that's a surprise
Only
right there.
He's a cheater. He's a cheater.
I got the gold and said I'm out. But this man got the plat.
He got
Yo.
plat, dude. And him and his son roll hard, dude.
Damn.
Him and his son, I'm like, dude, I could only imagine being a father or a son in that dynamic and just wrecking upon wrecking.
I'm glad you fucking told me. Like, imagine you'd be like, "Yeah, you want to play? You want to play some Siege?" And you'd be like, "You fucking 50 years old. I whoop his ass." And
You're like,
you know, I mean, this dude's gonna plat.
you just go.
You're like, what?
As soon as he
You're like,
joins,
no.
what's up, guys?
I ain't playing.
I'm getting off.
My internet's out.
I got it.
It's
I'm
like,
like,
oh no,
who
I
the
can't
fuck are you?
disconnect. Going into a tunnel. I was like, what?
A tunnel.
Just like put that. Just going into a
But-
tunnel. It's like I can see you.
That's all I got. That's the
Yeah,
only
I
time
know.
I was ever truly surprised by someone's age, referring to a newer age game and being that ranked.
I don't
within it.
have anybody.
It was so surprising.
I don't have anybody except when I find out that some famous person is actually pretty big of a nerd. But other than
Bro,
that,
Henry Cavill, Warhammer.
I know Henry Cavill, Vin Diesel, they both do D&D. Post Malone, so many that
Post
are.
Post Malone's
like
like he's
us, homie.
a Skyrim head.
Yo,
He's a
is
Skyrim,
exactly
Magic the Gathering. He's a big Magic the Gathering fan, but just
Would y'all ever be down for a D&D game?
100%.
I'm waiting
never
for Carter.
played it.
I'm waiting for Carter
I've
to
never
start
played it.
studying up,
I got
bro.
a boy here. He's our age. He's my project engineer. He plays D&D as well. So we got more people.
All right.
I'm
Well,
down.
with that
I don't like
said,
that. I don't like that. It looked like Dalton was like looking at me like BRDM instead of waiting. You know, I'll be like, I don't know how to be a DM.
let's start studying.
I think Talon is a DM. So
All right,
But
you
all
can
right.
be the DM.
All right. Well, that's it for tonight. That was the podcast. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed listening to the podcast. Don't forget to check out the merch. If you go to the YouTube channel, you'll be able to see the links for the merch. Also, follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. That's where you can find us if you're watching on YouTube. If not, go there. Links is going to be all down below for all our social medias, all the links. With that said, thanks for watching and listening, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
bye.